Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Aquarius for the month of June 2021. So before we begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone and back to this month's angel reading, and to anyone who's also new to the Angel School community, I welcome you as well. So welcome. Before we begin, again, I'd just like to highlight my half-hour angel reading for $77. I've been offering a special offer for this reading where I've extended it to 1 full hour for the same price. So if you're interested in getting an angel reading with me, and this might help to offset some of the cost for and allow you to get a reading with me during this time, then you can go to my webpage, theangelschool.com/services. That link is below this video in the description area. And you would just go to that my webpage and click on the half-hour reading as is. There's no special button there. And when you do so, once you submit your payment, on the first business day, within 24 hours, I will send you a confirmation email noting the special offer for the month of June. This email will have everything that you need in terms of the instructions you need to follow to set up an appointment. You would submit all your correspondences, will go through this email, and I will indicate a starting date for when I have availability, and if I'm going to be away or something, that will also be indicated there as well. I ask that you give me 3 weeks of your availability, times and days that you're available, as many as possible, so that I don't have to come back to you. I meditate with the angels to choose the right time for us to meet, and that's a really important part of the process. So once you do this, again, I'll get back to you in a few days after I get your availability. But just remember, again, there are no restrictions or limitations on having this reading if you had one before or not, with a special offer. Okay, so also I'd just like to explain the format here. So on the left is a card from the Major Arcana. It's a message from the Archangel that you'll be working with this month. I may indicate others that might be coming through as well. This deals with the major lessons, major themes, or influences of energy that's moving throughout your life in this month. The card on the right deals with a message from your guardian angel, and Minor Arcana highlights the day-to-day interactions of how those themes are playing out in your life on that sort of local sort of environment. So this card may also provide insights or advice about how to manage those bigger lessons or themes or influences. All right, so there are a few archangels that are coming in that I'm seeing. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, and these may just be in addition to an angel that might show up as the primary. Archangel Nathaniel, whose name means the gift of God. So Raphael, the healing of God, and Michael, he who is like God. All right. So the angels indicated for the month of June, they wrote the word Libra, and this means that they're focusing on the 2 keywords out of the general meaning for them: balance and harmony. And then they talked about the sort of the 360 perspective, so having understanding everything from all facets and not making assumptions, and making sure you get all of the information before you make up your mind about anything. So this is going to be really important. I feel like I just was seeing something like about a marriage agreement. Okay, so if Aquarius, if any of you are, you know, considering marrying someone or accepting a proposal, or you're having some issues in an existing relationship, I'm assuming a marriage, make sure that you are really seeing the person and yourself. Make sure you explored all the facets of what you're feeling, not just what you think you want, what you think you need, and what you think is going on with yourself and in the relationship, or with the other person. So it's really important in order to have this word agreement I keep seeing, in order to have or share agreement with one another, know that first of all, that's going to expand. This may sound a little silly, but I think about this, and this analogy came to me years ago about a photograph. And I think one of the things that happens is, like a photograph, we take a snapshot of the person when we first meet them, and then we expect them to remain true to us by being always that way, loving you that way, that day, the way they did that day, forever. And that doesn't make sense. So with the Harry Potter pictures, they move, right? And it's the same idea. You have to allow the picture of your relationship and the picture of yourself and the other person, you have to allow it to evolve. You have to keep up with the updates of your soul. And when you don't do that, you feel betrayed when you sort of wake up or plug back in and reconnect. And so much has happened with you, with the relationship and the other person, and you feel like, I don't know who I am, I don't know who you are, I don't know what we have. It's because you haven't been keeping up. And mainly that happens because that snapshot means everything to you about what it is. And so like we take a nap and we say, it's like taking it easy. It's like, it's the easy way out, really. Because now if anything goes wrong, it's easy. You're not the same. But the universe is not the same as it was a few moments ago. Every word that comes out of my mouth to you, and as you listen, you actively listen to what I'm saying, you are upgrading. And so am I. So we're too comfortable with being comfortable. We keep looking at this. This seems to be our measurement for when things are going well. And actually, when things aren't comfortable, you're actually on the pulse of progress. Because change is not comfortable. And so they just wrote the word accomplish. You should look at what you've accomplished. You should be looking at what you wish to accomplish and how you are moving towards that and how you are changing towards that goal of accomplishment. And maybe it will help you to set goals that you wish to accomplish so that you agree upon in a relationship, and that you can also be flexible, but just have it as something to move towards. It kind of help you to keep up to date with how you're changing. Because if you have a goal that you're wanting to create, you're changing according to it. And let me tell you something, whether you change in the way that you want to change or not, if you're resisting that change, you're still changing according to that goal. So resistance, or whether you're embracing or resisting, you still are changing. Just because you're resisting doesn't mean you're stagnating. It feels that way to you because you're not where you deserve. And that negative emotion is to keep you on point, to make you uncomfortable with your resistance, with your it's like when there's an update, an upgrade, or a security patch on your device, and you don't put it in, and you just let it go on and go on, things are going to start to go wrong with the device. They're going to be bugs and things. That's why they sent it to you. That's why you need to keep up. That's why you need to download and install. And so, same thing in your life. You need to download and install and keep up with what's going on. Stay current. And then you won't easily feel betrayed in the relationships, whether it's romantic or a business relationship or any kind of relationship. Stay up to date. When you set a goal, that goal changes you. And it's summoning you. Whether you resist it or not, it's still changing you. Because it is your raison d'etre, right? It's become your reason for being. And so you are either wrestling with it or you are taking pleasure in it. So choose. All right, let's take a look at the card that you and this the Dreamer, the Fool card, and this is Archangel Metatron. So this is a card that is totally verifies what I'm saying in terms of it's about taking those steps. It's about launching yourself, not focusing on resisting, trying to come up with excuses, trying to find ways to sabotage so that you don't get going, that you don't move it forward. This is a card of jumping in without even really having a specific goal, but knowing that that change or embracing whatever it is, that's just a moment, a general goal, a general idea, an impulse that you're just moving toward. And it's all about faith and employing your faith. You may not be able to see the results. You might not know exactly everything, every part of the plan, but you know in your heart that you're where you need to be and you're doing what you need to do, and that it feels right, no matter how wrong it may appear as you're stumbling through it. And again, it's not about being comfortable. It should not be the litmus test. It should be, how uncomfortable can I get here? To know that I'm really letting go and that I'm really opening myself up to what I want potentially. That's really important. And so there's going to be a lot of intensity around this kind of this approach, this abandonment, because that's what the Dreamer card, the Fool card, is really a great sense of abandonment. Leaving everything, letting everything go, putting everything behind you, and really, really channeling everything into something you believe in, even if it doesn't make sense. It's just wonderful to be doing things on your own terms, right? And the hope that gives you. All right, so let's take a look at the card here from the Minor Arcana, the message from your guardian angel. And this is the Three of Air, the Three of Swords. So as you can see, her heart, she's got a brooch on her heart, and the three swords are just sort of up against the window. Now, an Archangel Azrael is holding her hand and trying to alleviate some of her fears, and some of the struggle the internal struggle that she's having. This is a card usually that indicates sadness or heartbreak, right? I get a sense where there's something in the past that broke you. It broke your heart in the sense of your passion, your confidence, your the clarity or a sense of self, right? This clarity about yourself and what you wanted, and something happened maybe to disappoint you. And you're at this place where the lesson in front of you, the big influence is to trust again. And this pain is making it difficult for you to trust. I think it's interesting that they're in front of the window, because windows mean for me opportunity. And that these swords are lying there against the window, it's almost like it's blocking the window, access to that window of opportunity. That this whatever broke your confidence, your sense of self, broke your heart, is interfering with your confidence to really be open to the opportunities that are unfolding for you right now. So this is a time for healing those wounds, letting them heal. And the way to let them heal is to no longer emphasize them, to no longer keep bringing up that and using it as something to hold you back. Don't use it as an excuse. And maybe it's time to really see the full perspective of what that was, so that you can actually see the truth and let it go. You're only seeing it from one thread of it, and therefore you are stuck because of that. So you can work with Archangel Azrael and Archangel Metatron. And Archangel Azrael is the angel of death and rebirth. So this is also appropriate as you are trying to heal and move forward, to pick up your life again. And there's an opportunity that's unfolding, something that's giving you purpose, but you don't want to go back and let that other thing sort of put a wrench in your plans, in your ideas. So you're stepping out into a new world. It's this idea of, you can see here, everything is going to be different and the possibilities are limitless. So really get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. Embrace it. Don't run away from it. Don't be afraid of the pain. Embrace it. Learn from it. What did you learn? Use it to help you to see the progress that you've made. Who you were then and who you are today, it's not the same. Again, you're not keeping up, and you're seeing yourself in this sort of limited edition of yourself, a version of yourself. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of June and a beautiful month of healing and acceptance of how you've truly evolved.